Oh, hey.
What are you doing?
Sus. Oh, just coming down from the Love is Blind reunion.
Oh, my God. You riding that sweet high?
Yeah. Well, highs and lows. Watching that reunion really reminded me. I was like doing a little live video, like as I was, live to me, not live. I didn't post it live, but I took some videos of like my reaction.
Yeah, that was
reunion.
a teaser that you put on your damn Instagram because you're like, do you guys want me to like do like react and all that? And I'm like, yeah, voting, yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, I did. And then you're going to see it.
Then nothing.
But I had to give you, I'm going to give you the clips and like some things before so you guys know what I'm reacting to.
I thought she better be getting this because I want to see.
I got it all.
Because you sucked me in to your sick world of Love is Blind.
What do you think? What do you think?
I mean, I get it.
You get it.
I get why people get sucked in. These fools.
Right.
I mean, mainly, it's a gender divide. To me.
I mean, you have high quality women and
high quality.
I'm most mad at the casting directors.
Yeah.
What shitty bar are you going to get all these guys?
I have a theory.
Okay, let's hear it.
I think that it's like only like weird dudes would want to be on Love is Blind. Like where they have to sort of pretend like they care about love for a significant period of time. When really they just are like, what does this hooker look like?
Right. I think they need to up the age bracket I think the men need to be more like they need to have already experienced a little more.
Yeah. Like the women can stay the same. They're hot.
Yes. They're don't change
evolved, mature, successful.
I mean, well spoken and know exactly what they want. Talk about their values. Yeah. And these guys are put in the hot seat and asked to explain themselves, and they just go, "Well, that's just how I am." Are you kidding me?
Absolutely
that was the worst display of emotional intelligence. They were all crappy except that one guy, the couple that got married. What do you think about them?
Well, I don't know who it was yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't tell you that.
Tell me who it was, though.
It was the one who had the religious families that the two met, like the families
the short guy, Daniel.
Yes, the one with the blind sister.
Them.
I know. And Susie, wait till you see the 1 year recap. They are so fucking cute together. They take funny pictures together. They dress up in costumes.
Goals.
They are. I'm telling you, every season there's one where you're like, you guys are the real
they've
deal.
got the Riz. Those two
have it, and she's the one who gave him the handshake.
I know. Sarah, you know what? I actually, when I watched it, I thought, you know what? I kind of liked it because it's sort of true. She was sort of like being honest, but in a funny way. Because she did hug him first. Yeah. And then she was like, we're kind of just meeting right now. Should we shake hands? Cute. But we all knew what it meant, which was like, I don't know. This guy's a little bit different than I imagined. Yeah. But that took about 2 seconds. And then she was like, yeah, but he is freaking great people. Yeah. And loves me to pieces.
And when, oh my God, I'm going to cry. When she said, I love that he said, I got you. Like, I got you. And like that made her feel so secure and safe.
That did.
Wait till you hear about the update with their families, Susie. It's like in Yiddish, it would be beshert, where it's like meant to be.
I feel terrible because I know his name's Daniel, but what's her name? Ashley?
I want to say Rebecca.
Something real pretty. Rebecca, that ain't it.
I don't fucking know.
You gotta look it up.
What, Daniel?
Daniel is his name, and he is just a doll baby, and his family is like smoking hot. It's a shame that his sister can't see because she would be real impressed with how cute her family is. And they are just the sweetest. And her dad, I would like Daniel's dad.
Taylor. I was way off.
Taylor, I told you.
Where'd I get Rebecca?
Cute. Daniel and Taylor.
I mean,
if Daniel's dad wants to dump his lifelong wife.
Oh, they are a hot older couple, are they not?
He is super hot and charismatic, and I'm like, that guy's got it.
They do, and
They're
I love it. I love the two of them together.
So
I'm
thanks
so
for
glad
nothing.
I've converted you.
No, don't be. I'm mad about it because this is a time suck.
It is.
And I try to like fast forward as much as I can.
Yeah, you can fast forward through a lot of it.
I am laughing because right before we started recording, I got a text from my sister Gretchen. We had spoken earlier, and she claims that she discovered that one of her eyebrows is higher than the other. Like she claims she went to get Botox and that she was like, hey, do I need anything? Like any plastic surgery? Like, you know how we are where we're like, tell me what's wrong with me.
Diagnosis.
And the lady said like, well, you do have like one eyebrow that's higher than the other.
I would sue for emotional damages.
No, we asked for it. And then Gretchen was like, I don't know, like, should I get bangs? And I was like, bangs are never the answer.
Never. She should just exercise the other eyebrow.
Oh.
Right?
You think it's like weakened muscles?
Yeah, I only raised one, and I am noticing asymmetry in my face because one is higher than the other. She's got
her husband was like, maybe you're like Dwayne the Rock Johnson, like when you smell what the Rock's been cooking. I can't do it because I have Botox, but like one eyebrow goes up.
I do not. So yeah, they both go up, but one's definitely higher than the other. It's like a.
So she just texted me before this, and it just said, "Bangs are never the answer, Dr. Susie Meister."
I'd say that's some of the best advice you could give.
That's right.
Bangs or a tattoo. Don't impulsively
I almost
do
fell
either.
for this recently. Are you serious? I really did.
You almost
because you know how I want the God
tattoo?
Only Knows one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, that's fine. You thought about that for a while. That's different. I'm talking about like what should I get? I'm just going to walk in there and get something. That's different that you've thought about it for a while and then finally pulled the trigger.
All right. Well, I don't know because
that's working up the courage.
Okay. Right? All right. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah. But it's also okay, what if you wanted one for a while, thought about it, but then when you decide to get it, it's like a stressful time. That could still go sideways.
That could still go sideways.
And that's what I'm in. I'm in a stressful time.
Yeah, you can't trust yourself in because you want change and you want and if it's not happening in the way you want it, it's like I need to go do this other thing to get instant results. You know what I made the fucking mistake of because I was looking for the same thing? I reorganized my whole entire closet, but did not make a plan for where all of the dresses were going. I mean, there is a plan, but the wardrobe rack is at my storage unit. And that one extra move has now turned my house into a maze to get through. Wait,
what did they call that place in LA? That place that you shop at, it's like the clothes are everywhere.
No, Forever 21. No. What?
Worse. It's like a woman's name. It's like Gabriel's in the East Coast, but it's something different in LA.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're like kind of like TJ Maxx, but worse.
I would know this.
Fuck. This is going to make me crazy. And I think it's a blue sign.
Ross?
Yeah, Ross Dress for Less.
You have got to be fucking kidding me that you could. Wow. We are shopping in so different. I've
never been there. I've just heard about it.
That's the only place I go because it's like, that. She's like.
I'm like, that place you'd never go.
Yeah, I bought a sweatshirt the other day there that said Malibu in honor of what is no longer there. I swear to God.
Oh, God.
I always check Ross first. I'm like, I need a new planter.
But you know that it's Ross. The clothes are everywhere. They're on the floor and thrown about.
It's the hunt, baby.
Yeah.
I live for the hunt.
If
you want those bargains, you got to hunt for them.
I feel like it's worse than a Goodwill. even.
I mean, I'm not shopping for clothes in there as much. I saw the Malibu sweatshirt on my way out, but I go there as my first stop for planters.
First stop.
Absolutely. They're like the cheapest place to buy plant pots.
Okay.
They're like $4.99 for a big one. And those things, if you buy them, and they're the fucking same. If I showed half the shit in my house, you wouldn't even know. Because well curated. And for sure, that is my first stop. And then often I'm like, oh, okay, nope, didn't have it there. Got to go to, TJ Maxx.
Right, you go up the ladder.
chain. Yeah.
What's after TJ Maxx?
After TJ Maxx is probably going to be like specific, like something more
Do you guys have Marshalls
luxury
out there?
or yeah, but I would put Marshalls under TJ Maxx.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would go. But what we have out here is Sierra Trading Post, which is the outdoorsy version of Marshalls.
Oh my God,
which
you
is
must
where
love
all
that
the,
place.
I do. But you have to know what you're going in there for, Like, you got to go in with a plan.
People like you always want to act like there's some sort of science to it.
No,
Like you're
there's
like,
more
okay, but you
science
gotta
to not
get
being
the
overwhelmed.
spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
more like you have to manage expectations.
You have to beat the system.
You have to beat the system. You have to know what you're shopping for there. There's a lot of things I will not shop there for, but something like plant pots where they go and mark them up like they're $30 at Williams Sonoma, and I get the
Yeah.
same frickin' one there for $4.99.
Yeah, it is crazy.
I'm going there.
I'll tell you what I'm shopping for, and that is Beam Kids Super Powder. We have a new partner, Beam Kids, all-in-one super powder. It's so great. If you have kids, holy heck, it is so hard to get them to eat properly, right? But you still want them to get vitamins and all that jazz. And so this is why it's so great. This is a powder. You scoop it into water and then, or milk, whatever you want. And then you just shake it, stir it. We have one of those frothers we use. And then you just add it to their meal. So they drink it. It's like delish. So they don't even care that it's healthy. And it's really, really great. It has 40 essential ingredients, greens, prebiotics, probiotics, fruits, vitamins, all that jazz. It's chocolate milk, though. It tastes like chocolate milk. It has 87.5% less sugar than the gummies. You know, those gummies that like act like they're vitamins, but it's really like sugar. 13 times the vitamins of like the usual supplements. It was made by freaking Olympian Shawn Johnson, who we love because she's very funny. Beam Kids is now available online at shopbeam.com/braincandy. Because you're a listener to our show, you can take advantage of their limited time pricing of up to 35% off plus 2 free gifts when you use code BRAINCANDY. Get your Beam Kids and your free gift by heading over to shopbeam.com/braincandy. Enter the code BRAINCANDY. That's beam.com/braincandy. Use code BRAINCANDY for up to 35% off. It's Lincoln approved. It's Sue's approved. Pediatrician approved. Geez, what more do you want? Gosh. All right, moving on.
Okay. I got stories for you today.
Get on track. God.
Yeah, I am. I'm here. Okay. What do I want to start with? This one's all over Netflix and everything. Are you familiar with Belle Gibson, the Australian which nobody one time said, wow, her name really sounds like Mel Gibson, and we're not going to take a moment to laugh about that?
I do know. Is she the wellness lady?
Yes.
That faked cancer?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
So-
but I didn't know. I thought when you just said that, I thought that's like a drag queen Mel Gibson.
That would be the perfect name for somebody
Her
who
name
was
is
doing a Braveheart drag queen
And he's
performance.
Australian too.
Yeah. What the heck?
Belle
Gibson.
Gibson.
Yes.
I'd have like a word with her parents is what I
Well,
want.
you could have a few with her after you see this documentary, and you probably have a few words for
It's
her
called
parents and for
apple
her.
cider vinegar.
So there are a couple. There's apple cider vinegar, and there's I think it's the most hated woman on Instagram or the most hated woman on social media or something like that. And
Okay.
the apple cider vinegar story was a
Oh,
like dramatic,
fictionalized.
like fictionalized. Yeah. and the other one was the real one. So these stories have been floating around on Netflix.
I gotta watch
I'm like, I have
the doc one.
Yes, it's a 2-parter. It is definitely worth watching it because there's nothing more bizarre than somebody who's watching somebody who's a pathological liar lie.
Okay.
Like that. So, give you some background.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
She is an Australian wellness influencer, and like you said, she claimed that she had terminal brain cancer, but more than that, she also claimed that she cured it through diet and alternative medicine and built an entire wellness empire around it.
Like essential oil shit.
Went so far as to be in the package of the first apps that were available on the Apple Watch. So she had a contract with Apple, and Penguin Books put out this cookbook called The Whole Pantry, a best-selling cookbook, all based on her fabricated illness. And nobody ever said, or they did, and they what is it, like plausible deniability, or like I'm just gonna like plead the fifth here, and like they turned their head and ignored what was very obviously somebody who was lying. She had a massive following through this alleged cancer journey and through all these alternative healing methods, and it got a lot of cancer survivors and people who were living with cancer to follow her and to change. Unforgivable. This kind of
don't
thing
fuck
really
with cancer people.
This really makes me mad that
it's disgusting.
somebody would have the like. That's what I want to talk to you about. So there was a 2015 investigation that was done that revealed the inconsistencies in all of those claims, and it led to, obviously public outcry and her getting fined. What was it? She was fined. Oh, it was in 2017. She was fined about the equivalent of $300,000 but she has failed to pay any of it. And there was somebody in the documentary that was an expert on pathological liars who talked a lot about what this is and that is fascinating to me because that's something that I don't have training in, and I am not somebody who's an appropriate fit for that population because I believe people. And I can't, like, I just can't understand it. It's really hard for me. Like, I mean, I do, like, in theory, but when I get it, but I don't
human
get it,
beings studies show that we are really inclined to believe people as a population, as a society.
We want to, right?
And then you are even more inclined to believe people.
Yes.
So, yeah,
absolutely.
I don't think that should be your field of expertise.
No. Yeah.
Like every time she would lie, you would believe her each time.
I mean, I would be like,
2 minutes later.
Maybe there was one journalist who kept asking, like, there's got to be something going on. What kind of person would just do this? There's got to be more to the story.
It's inconceivable.
And she still tries to dig. And yeah, there's like a little bit where you can maybe have a little bit of compassion. But when you watch her, she sits down for a 60 minutes interview. And I think you may have seen this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where she can't even admit to how old she is. It is.
I love it.
Lying on a level that I have never seen.
Yeah, I get it.
And
but
even hearing
what did you want to, like, what is it that intrigues you about it?
In the same way that you, like, it's kind of like how you feel about the murderers in a way of, like, I want to know what makes a person do that because that feels so far off from, like, that kind of deception and being able to sit with that, like the guilt.
Yeah, but
you must not have centers of your brain that fire for, like, guilt and remorse and right?
I probably, but I thought that at the core of pathological lying was a deep insecurity. That like, because they lie about stuff they don't need to lie about.
So this woman said that could be one, that is obviously one explanation, but then if there was, and maybe not necessarily a deep insecurity, but a need or a feeling that was I guess it does stem from insecurities too, that was how, like, what she had to do to be accepted. And then you do it long enough, you believe the lies. That she has lied so much that she now believes them.
Yes.
And I guess that's right. Still the same thing.
It's so pathetic, though. Like, I know that it's evil. It's unforgivable. Yeah. But I can also see how someone could get to that point.
She's just walking around all, like, popped up on social media again. Like
she's still unrepentant.
Carrying around a Gucci handbag. I can't.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a brain break there.
And it feels kind of like that same, it's like there's a disconnect. Like they're like maybe disassociating or something like that.
Yes.
And it's the same vibe I get from Anna Delvey. Is that her name?
Yeah.
That where the
con artist.
Just like, there is something, there's an empathy.
Either they're classic sociopath, no conscience, or somewhere along the line they like disassociated in a way that makes them impervious to guilt. Either way, the outcome is the same.
Yeah.
And it's horrifying.
And she had lovely friends who then, started asking questions, were like, wait a sec. And then her former friends reported her, and her brother is even like, none of the things that she said are true. We would know this,
a married
and her brother
lady?
seemed fine. No.
No kids.
Mm-mm. She's young.
Yeah.
Right. She's very young.
Not anymore.
I wonder how, I mean, she didn't, even in the interview, she said 26 in the interview, but that seemed like a lie. She's probably older. So maybe now, she probably is older. She's probably about my age. Yeah, we have no idea how old she is.
I'll tell you what else is crazy, and that is how much I love Honey Love leggings. I didn't even think I liked leggings that much until
you really do wear those all the time.
I wear them all the time. How do you know that?
Because every single time I've seen you, I would say anytime I come over to your house for vacation or something like that, I'd say I visit 5 days. 3 out of those 5 days, you're wearing your Honey Love leggings.
Yeah, because they go to the gym with me.
Right.
Yeah, they're so nice, and they look cute like in regular outfits. Right. They are so great. They are flattering and comfortable. Really like thick, but not like restrictive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Very, and really comfortable around the waist. They don't have a waistband that cuts in. You've got that really nice supportive panel in there, and you don't have to wear underwear with it. I love all that.
Yeah. And they have the pocket for the phone. You just slide it right in on the side. It's so nice. They have the sports bra. It's amazing. Super supportive. And now they have the Superpower Short.
Oh, I love a short number.
It's the go-to. It's compression technology, so you get support, but it's still like not going to cut your freaking blood off or whatever. They have all the best shapewear, activewear. You're going to love it. Treat yourself to the most comfortable shapewear on earth and save 20% off site-wide at honeylove.com/braincandy. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off honeylove.com/braincandy. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you. Treat yourself to Honey Love because you deserve it.
Yes. Did you see the new Ford commercial that they put out? They released on International Women's Day this commercial that said, a Ford built for a man. And then they go through the whole commercial and it goes, but this Ford has no window wipers or no windshield wipers and no tail lights and no heater. And then it goes, wait a sec. This car doesn't have any parts that were built by a woman. I wonder who designed this. And it's like a play, like pointing out, like, I loved it. I was like, that's clever. That you're going to get women who want to buy a Ford because of that.
Aww.
And I liked hearing all of the things that women have contributed to.
That is always
the
nice.
Automotive industry.
Yeah, thanks, ladies.
You like those windshield wipers? You like those turn signals? We're the practical stuff.
Signals.
That's what they said. Invented by women.
Nice.
Yeah, or a woman. I don't know who though. Okay, what else do I have to talk to you about? There was a new. This came out like maybe even this morning. This article in the Atlantic by our friend Faith Hill, and you laugh every time I say that. Because one time, for those people who are new listeners, one time I reminded Susie that it wasn't Faith Hill, the singer, in case she was wondering, and she thought that was hilarious. That
I just love
I
the
needed to
idea
specify.
that like Faith Hill, singer, like Grammy winner,
Yeah.
is moonlighting
as
like an Atlantic journalist.
like a major frequently published.
She could
journalist.
if she wanted, though.
Yeah, she's a great writer, I'm sure.
She's talented.
So
she
this
writes
this
those
one's by the
hits.
other Faith Hill, and it is an article on the decline of teen relationships.
Okay, let's hear it.
So have you? I mean, you have a almost teenager.
Yeah.
You kind of like see. Do you notice a difference in?
Are we talking about romantic?
Yes. We are talking about romantic relationships.
I don't know. We talk a lot about it because he knows that I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So if he's trying to like lure me into like, he likes to talk a lot,
I love
which I
that.
guess is probably something I should enjoy while it lasts.
Yeah.
But so he'll lure me with like, do you want to hear about the relation, who's dating whom?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big one
Yes,
over
I do.
Valentine's Day. And like he is Cyrano de Bergerac. So like these boys don't know shit. And he'll find out like the
you've
girl's
taught him so
favorite
well.
flowers or whatever. And then he'll tell the boy and then, yeah.
Oh, you and Adam have done a good job. Yes.
Yeah, he acts as
Tip of
like
the
an
hat.
intermediary in these relationships between these fucking idiot boys and these
Because
girls.
he has
who, like,
social skills.
I guess, but
can talk to
he's
girls.
unlucky in love. He can't find a lady.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always the bridesmaid, never the
it's
bride.
because of his hair.
What? He's got such cool hair.
I think he has cool hair. He's like growing out the mullet and everything. That's what all the kids are into. But he says that's a problem, man.
Oh.
He
Just
says it's
don't
his
let him
looks.
get bangs.
His looks and his and his hair.
No. Maybe a lot of kids are feeling the same way Lincoln is feeling because fewer young people are getting into relationships compared to past generations. And it has some people saying this is good and some people saying this might not be the best thing.
What's your instinct?
My instinct is it's not the best thing,
That's what I
but
think.
but that comes with like a but behind it.
Yeah.
I do think that we have a lengthened adolescence that is making a lot of the like traditional milestones get pushed back. And as a result, people are starting dating later. They are getting married later. Like that whole process has shifted. So I think it's not fair to just look at like, I think you have to look at the group as a whole. You might also find people are dating older.
Yeah.
That whole thing is like shifted like well into their like, I don't know, 70s, 80s or something. Like maybe the number of
Yeah.
like older couples getting together is higher because, I don't know, people feel more ready. But there were some interesting results of some studies that this article discussed that the fear of rejection seems to be really high in Gen Z kids.
That's what he says. He won't ask because he's afraid.
90% of respondents to I believe it was a Hinge poll said that they wanted to be in a relationship and wanted love, but 56% say that the fear of rejection has stopped them from pursuing somebody.
Yeah, I get that.
That I think is a little bit of that comfort crisis that we're not helping people manage their emotions in a way.
I think it may be that, Sarah, but I think there's also something else, which is that the addition of social media makes the rejection greater.
Oh, Yeah. It
Yeah.
really does, because it's
Yeah.
public and more people, it's like,
It can be like,
oh,
you know,
God. It's
growing,
like,
and
that's so true. I didn't even consider
I
that.
think that might be too.
Yeah. It, yeah, because researchers are recognizing that there's this growing fear of vulnerability and rejection and emotional dependence. And so they said a lot of the younger kids are embracing like a situationship, romance without the label, really.
It's like smooching and banging and stuff.
And
This is only benefiting boys. Don't do that, ladies.
yeah, but how much has it changed really since when you say like, oh, he's my boyfriend? And I said that about a guy in my freshman, I can remember it. My first boyfriend lasted from first period to third period. And I was like, he's my
What the
boyfriend.
heck?
Yep. And then he came
What
at me
went
and tried to
wrong,
kiss me with
Sarah?
with his I think I've shared this name before.
Oh,
but
that-
I'll
I
share
didn't
again
know.
that he tried to kiss me with his tongue already out. Like went in with it from far away towards my face with his tongue out. And I was like, whoa, no, sir, not for me.
And that's what caused the
that did it.
breakup.
And I was like, I'm done. But I called that a relationship, but we didn't do anything. So I wonder if the labels have changed. And now it seems like Gen Z they're a little maybe jaded about love, and none of them believe, like at least according to Faith Hill, none of them believe like this whole like happily ever after, Disney sort of.
That's probably good.
I think that's why I said that
That's not a
it's such
thing.
it's a good article because it really shows benefits and problems. Like it was so evenly balanced. And is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I don't know.
In the words of, what is the name of that band? It's like Hardaway or something. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you
Like,
mean.
what is love?
And this was really interesting. Lisa Phillips, she's a professor who teaches a love and heartbreak course, which is adorable, says that many students feel ashamed for catching feelings. Like the words that we're using,
insane.
like, oh, I caught feelings. Like that it's almost like this illness that you failed,
Contagion.
as if they failed at keeping it casual. Like the goal is, oh, I need to be just keeping it casual. And if there is any feelings of love or more intense feelings, then they somehow feel like they failed. And there's all of that, like, like simp behavior or pick me girl.
I love a
and
simp.
I know, and I love a pick me girl. And like that. I feel like we're creating language that is making people feel like they're failing
Yeah.
in some way.
Yeah.
And
I get that.
didn't think about that, and how a catch feelings sounds so harmless, but maybe for those young minds, painting a picture, like filling their little file cabinet in their mind, on love with some things that maybe are incorrect or too harsh.
Yeah. It's a jungle out there. I really feel for those guys. It's not easy.
Yeah. But I do think I think it's important, like dating is so important. And, as you see on Love is Blind, like you really have to take the time to get to know the core values. And the ones who skipped over that or feel like they're just like listening to the feelings ultimately end up hurt or heartbroken or with the wrong person because they're not getting to those core values. And you can't get to those kind of things. Obviously, we're talking about teenagers here. But if you don't get some practice of that, then it can feel very scary, I think, to be vulnerable like that in a relationship because it can feel like so new, like there's so much at risk. And so I think it's important to practice experience heartbreak, and we have to develop kind of and it doesn't mean that you can't do it with your friends. There are a lot of lessons and life skills that can come from platonic relationships, like conflict resolution and, confidence and empathy and all that, but there's more at risk in a way when it's a romantic relationship, and I think that lesson is a important one for all of us to learn, because that's like one of our drives or instincts for connection.
Right. That's the thing. Like, I get that what you're saying about suspended maturation and stuff, or prolonged adolescence, but even if we are doing things later, like having kids later, getting married later, your puberty it's actually earlier.
Right. Than
it used to be.
That's the hard part too. Is that
there's a lot of years in between where you're just like,
but maybe
matters of the heart are a real fucking mess.
Yeah. But I think we all need to take more time to get to know ourselves. I wish I did. I think I spent a lot of time defining myself through my relationships or connections with others or who I was around. My mom used to always say, you hang around dogs, you get fleas. So I was like, oh, I guess I am who I am.
What do you wish you would have waited for?
I think that I used romantic relationships to like validate my worth. And I felt like if somebody picked me, then I'm okay. And I wish that during those times where I should have just been having fun, when I was younger, I was like sitting at home pining over somebody on like, what the hell was that called? MySpace. And it's like, they don't care about you. Go do your own thing. You don't need to be like, I was like that for a while. I felt very insecure, and the thing that made me feel secure is like if I got attention from a boy. And I used to I had one of the things I really regret in like the kind of like I recognize that looking back, this was when I felt really insecure. But I had one friend in particular that I would like tease and kind of like throw under the bus when we were around a group of boys. And I freaking hate that I did that I was one of those girls who did that. Once I realized and recognized that, I mean, this was when I was like 15 people. So, we've learned. But did you ever do that? Probably not, because you're an angel.
No, I'm not an angel. I didn't do that. I was never in a position where I had to do or not do that. But I have always based my value on the attention of men. Always. Uh-huh. Since the beginning of my
relatable,
like a sexual identity.
Right. Well, and they don't make it. They make it. Society kind of sets us up for it. This is how
society sets us up for it. My mother set me up for it, and the show and the church. Yeah, the church sets you up for it.
Yeah,
and the show validated it.
Oh, absolutely, the show does.
Sarah, I hit upon this rock the other day. See what you think about it.
Yeah.
I had been watching clips of us on the ruins, which I totally enjoy. Because even though that season was the most effed up challenge season, maybe of all time, but definitely of my experience, I met you, I met Adam. There were so many fun things. I loved Kenny. I love a lot of parts about it.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy watching clips of it, even though when I watch, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I think a lot about how in those clips, of course, I did not have breast implants. And the reason that I got them wasn't directly related to the show. It was only after I had a baby and breastfed and I didn't look like myself anymore.
Yeah.
However, as you know, being in that house being in that environment, the women are constantly being given messages from the cast and the crew that they are not enough, that like you're not attractive enough, you are not interesting enough, successful enough, whatever, funny, whatever, athletic. And I was like lamenting that because it is a heartbreaker. But I was thinking about how I think the male cast equivalent is this thing where they have to like act like they're super successful, like outside of the show.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Like,
it stems from the same place.
Yeah. Like, I don't need you. Like,
Right.
I am something special. And
look at my worth and my value.
Like, I am a businessman. I am amazing.
Yeah. It is to counter what you are as a reality star. And that
the message that you're constantly getting. And it's from the audience too.
Yes, it is. And that looks different for men than it does for women. And that is very correct. Good point.
It's a feeling of like, no, I'm more than.
I'm enough. Yes.
And I'm
not just this.
I'm successful in these other ways. And for men, it's about money or power or,
value.
Professional stuff. And for women, it tends to be about youth and beauty. That's just how society works.
That's how it is. Right.
And so, like, I don't know. I just hit upon that because of what we're talking about, where I have always put my self-worth through the lens of, will men think I am valuable? And that sucks.
It really does suck because it gives them all the power and it takes it all away from you.
Well, and you're not going to win that because...
Right. Right. Because that's like, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? What's the best ice cream flavor? You ask 31 people, you're going to get 31 flavors. The people are going to have a different opinion of what looks good. Everybody's got a different type. So that is chasing the wind.
Well, it's mainly chasing the wind, too, because none of those flavors are a 70-year-old lady. You know what I mean? Like, that well runs dry.
Right,
if you put your eggs in that basket.
Correct. Yes.
It mixed metaphors.
Yeah.
As they are. But, yeah, and that if you don't resolve that, it's going to be heartbreak. All right. Well, I know it's your episode, but I did want to ask you... There was a story in the New York Times about something called bed parties.
What? Can I guess? Is this like cuddling?
I wish.
Or is this something to remove bed bugs? A mass group effort. It could go either way. Am I totally off?
Totally off.
Wow. Usually I'm in the ballpark. What is this? Bed parties.
All right. So... evidently, these cropped up during the pandemic where, everyone felt sorry for themselves. And so, like, the kids that were graduating high school and they were going to be going into university, they wanted to have a graduation party type of deal, but they couldn't because of quarantine, all that jazz. And so they would host these bed parties instead where their parents would outfit their bed with all of the like fucking colors and merch from their future university.
Oh, okay. This is consumerism. I hate that Instagram made this kind of thing a thing. We oh my God. We all went crazy with the fucking smash cakes and the announcements, the gender reveal part. What are we doing, people?
Smash Cakes is such a good reference.
Tell me I'm wrong. I am. Yes. That is the same energy.
Well, and then I thought I was like doing the math because I was like, right about the time these same young adults were like coming of age is when Instagram blew up.
Yeah,
and so we had all those dumbass theme birthday parties, the Pinterest moms.
Right. For their 1-year-old birthday party. Come on.
Exactly. And now it's fucking 10 years later or however long later.
Yes.
And now they're going to college And the moms are like, okay, we need a picture. And so they have to outfit their beds with all these dumbass balloons and stuff.
I think that, like, look, I don't have children. I believe children are great and wonderful and everything. But I remember one time I was listening to The New Yorker and I heard a fascinating, like, news story or whatever. Piece about how the child labor laws gave birth to the romantification or romanticizing of having babies and having kids.
That was what created like teenage years.
Yes. And everything that we're like, if something isn't useful,
innocence.
then it must be cherished.
Yes.
And that was so like, oh my God, that's what we have done. We have made this thing that is just like all of us are normal and like you got to grow up and you got to be so special. And I think that seems so well intentioned, which is like nice and lovely and wonderful, but may have some unintended consequences because you are setting that child up to feel like they are the most important, so important. I know you could be like, well, I want to just celebrate them. What are the expectations you are creating for this child? And that's not and I encourage any of these parents, I hope that they can really get there. I worry. But when I ask clients, this is usually clients I'm talking to, what is the thing that you are most proud of accomplishing? What is the thing that, not even proud of accomplishing, what's the thing that brings you the most joy? Looking back, what gives you the most joy? When was that moment? Nobody has ever said, oh, well, the perfect tablescape I had at my 1-year-old's birthday. It'll be the things around, oh, the people who were there, that funny moment, what, blah, blah, blah. But it's the stuff and the like all the shenanigans, whatever, mishigas, I don't know what the right word is, not that one, but like commotion, I guess it is, around it is
it's incidental.
Yeah, what is that? What do you mean by that?
It's nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice if you can have a beautiful party and beautiful outfit and all that, but it's incidental. It's not fundamental.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And if you make that the fundamental part, it will be guaranteed feelings of disappointment,
emptiness,
and unmet expectations.
Yeah.
Because you're focused on the wrong thing.
Well, and because naturally with the outgrowth of any of these trends, and I understand how they happen, and they can be fun. Like you want to celebrate your kid. I get it.
But this is probably the same kids that had that for their first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth graduation. Mom's going to decorate the locker. And it's like, at what point do you just let the kid like live and get off his back?
I get the urge. I get this feeling of like, you're so proud. They did it. They met their accomplishment, whatever. But what the outgrowth is that then you have the people who provide the service. I do bed parties, right? Oh. I'm going to hire this person. I'm going to pay them $1,000, not including all the stuff.
This is the insanity.
Right. And then
for what?
And then they buy all the stuff and it's like $2,000 worth of like cowboy boots in the color of the school you're going to and the fucking pom-poms and
going in the garbage afterwards.
Why?
Ending up in a landfill for the photos. That's crazy.
And everyone's outdoing each other and it sort of misses the point.
Absolutely.
I know. We've all been brainwashed by social media. I have too.
Right.
We all have.
Right.
But I ain't spending $2,000 on a bed.
No. Because it won't provide you it's not the return on investment you think it is.
Yeah, the fulfillment ain't there.
It's not there. Yeah. It's not there. If you want a 3 out of a 10 of fulfillment, go ahead. Put energy into that.
In your bed party.
Into your bed party. But if you want a 10 out of 10, then make that kid's favorite dish that you cooked him since there aren't going to be very many more dinners since he's leaving.
Yes.
And you have
tuna helper.
Right? And you have a family sleepover and make a fort or something like that. And you do something fun that celebrates like the family being together and how you'll always be there for each other and blah, blah, blah. That shit.
Yeah. Or have a different kind of bed party with your lover.
Well, yeah, that's always better.
Like,
You have no
stop
kids.
being weird about beds. What's happening?
It's
Why
because
did it
everybody
become a
was
bed?
shut in their room. It's because the COVID, and it's a bed party because that's where all the kids were doing their school,
Yeah, I
like
guess.
class, and that's where they wanted to show it off. It's kind of like the decorating the locker thing.
Yeah,
That
you're
You know,
right.
like moms
Yeah.
are gonna like, oh, I'm gonna decorate his. Like,
Okay. Well, calm down about it.
calm down.
Yeah, I just wanted to get your 2 cents on it. I already knew
Oh,
what
I
you
gave
think,
you,
though,
like,
because it's all about the
$4.
pictures.
Yeah, I don't
That's
like it.
all. Yeah. All right. Knock it off with that. Okay. We did well. Sarah, I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you. I'll save my other stories
I mean,
for next
do you have a
week.
quickie? I mean,
No, I have so much long stuff.
I love long
I
stuff.
wish I had. Not according to our last
What was I
couple
saying about
episodes ago, where you said you can't fit it in here, can't fit it in there, can't fit it anywhere.
That was about girth mainly.
Right. Okay. She's in it for the length.
I do hate when we ended our episode last week and it was like it was my episode and it wasn't funny enough and I kept thinking about like jokes we didn't like sit on. Like whenever we were talking about how like the sexpert determined that pigtails are more of a fetish than armpits and you were like, well, yeah, like we did acknowledge how stupid that is, that of course.
There's definitely a missed joke there.
But I was like, what? Why do we move on from that? That's
Right. We should have sat
It's
with that.
gold, Jerry.
I know. We should have kept mining for something there. Absolutely. I'll keep going back and forth with you all day long. I just feel like, I got to move it along or you'll
You're
be like,
not
okay,
the problem.
Sarah,
You're
that's
not
enough.
the problem. It was me. I'm sorry I let everybody down.
Oh, what? Never, ever.
All right, friends. Don't forget, check out the braincandypodcast.com for our sponsor codes and join our patreon.com/braincandy for all of our challenge content. We love you.
We have so much fun. We do spin the wheel. It's
my
what do you
God.
call it? The
Wheel of misfortune.
Wheel of misfortune. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba. So
Just
you'll
join it
definitely wanna
for
check
one
that out.
time and you'll be
Yes.
like, oh, I get it.
It's so fun.
It's so fun.
All
We'll
right.
see you next time, everybody.
Running a business is hard work. Building your website shouldn't be. With Wix, you can express your ideas, give direction, then leave the heavy lifting to AI, from site creation to branded content and images. Have fun with the details. Customize what you want the way you want, and manage your whole business from a centralized dashboard with expert AI tools. Build, scale, and enjoy the incredible results. You can do it all yourself on Wix.